All right, imagine this. You're just trying to make a quick buck, maybe a little more than you should, and then, bam! The second that download bar hits 100% of voice, a stranger's voice echoes inside your head. Not just any voice, but the commanding tone of a billionaire saying, "You have no idea who you just let in." Can you even fathom that barely half a minute into our story and our main character, a waitress named Mara, is already in a full-blown mental battle for her very identity? It's a wild ride, so buckle up. Welcome to Neo LA 2041. It's a city that gleams with impossible tech and groans under the weight of stark inequality. Here, brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, aren't some far-fetched sci-fi gadget. They're as common and essential as your old-school debit card. Think about it, a direct link between your thoughts and the digital world. The ultra-rich, they're practically immortal, backing up their entire consciousness nightly to secure cloud servers. Their memories, their skills, their very essence, all safely stored, ready for a rainy day or perhaps a new body. It's their ultimate insurance policy. But for the rest of us, it's a different story. The poor, well, they're selling off their neural bandwidth, literally renting out portions of their mental processing power, or even sensory input, just to scrape by and cover rent. It's a desperate measure in a desperate world. And that's Mara's world. She's working double shifts at a neon-drenched diner, the kind of place where the synth coffee smells perpetually burnt and tips are about as rare as a quiet moment. Why the grind? Because her mom's medical bills are relentless, a constant crushing weight that no amount of minimum wage can ever truly lighten. The future, it seems, has a steep price, and Mara is paying it in blood, sweat, and neural bandwidth. One night, amidst the clatter of synth plates and the drone of holographic ads, a customer leaves something unusual instead of a tip. It's not cash, not even a credit chip. It's a sleek, almost alien-looking data chip, cool to the touch, and emblazoned with a stark, unsettling warning, "Property of Vance Styles. Do not upload." Vance Styles. The name alone sends a shiver down Mara's spine. He was the undisputed kingpin of this digital age, a true titan. Imagine Elon Musk's audacious vision blended with Mark Zuckerberg's ruthless tech empire. The guy who died just 2 days ago or so, the news feed screamed. Mara, at the absolute end of her rope, broke, and boiling with a frustrated fury, stares at the chip. "Do not upload," it says. But what if she did? What could possibly be worse than her current reality? Driven by a cocktail of desperation and a morbid curiosity, she finds herself in the grimy underbelly of Neo LA, plugging the forbidden chip into a black market cranial port. These illicit ports are illegal for a reason. They bypass all ethical safeguards, offering direct, unfiltered access to the neural network. A single line of enigmatic code flickers across her internal vision. Cloud Conscious 7ZB.
Please work.
Her heart hammers. She hesitates for just a second, a silent prayer escaping her lips. Then, with a defiant breath, she hits enter. The die is cast. Die is... Mara gasps, ripping the cable from the cranial port with a desperate primal scream. But it's too late. The memories, the sensations, they've already taken root. They don't just vanish. She can suddenly speak flawless Mandarin, the complex tones and characters flowing effortlessly from her tongue. She can quote stock prices and market trends with the precision of a seasoned analyst. And then the most terrifying realization of all, she feels it, that burning, unshakable adrenaline of a man who never, ever lost. It's a foreign, intoxicating rush, and it's now hers, whether she wants it or not. Her mind, once her sanctuary, is now a bustling metropolis of two distinct consciousnesses. The world explodes. Instantly, her vision isn't her own anymore. It's a dizzying, overwhelming montage of private jets soaring through neon skylines, high-stakes boardrooms where billions are made and lost with a single word. And then, a chilling, visceral memory. Vance styles his face a mask of cold triumph, systematically dismantling a competitor in a brutal shareholders' vote. The sheer force of his will, his unyielding ambition, floods her senses. It's not just seeing, it's feeling him. Mara stares at her reflection, and it's not just Mara looking back. There's a subtle shift. A predatory glint in her eyes, a confident smirk playing on her lips. Vance's smirk. It's unsettling, a stranger's expression grafted onto her own face. She starts arguing aloud, her own voice filled with panic and confusion, battling the calm, calculating replies that seem to originate from deep within her, from Vance's consciousness. It's like a constant internal debate, a relentless tug-of-war for control. Scientists in their sterile labs call this phenomenon neural bleed-through, a cross-contamination of neural pathways and memory engrams. But Mara, she calls it terrifying. It's an invasion, an identity theft in its most intimate form. And it gets worse. Vance's muscle memory, his subconscious knowledge, holds the key to a digital vault containing a staggering 600 million credits in crypto. That's enough to change the world, or at least Neo-LA. Half the city, from the most powerful syndicates to the desperate street gangs, would kill for that passphrase. It's a secret that now resides within Mara's own skull, making her a walking, talking target. The relative peace of the diner shatters. Detective Rao Vance Stiles is former head of security, a man whose loyalty was as legendary as his ruthlessness, storms in. His eyes, cold and sharp, scan the diner, landing on Mara with an almost predatory certainty. He's traced the illegal upload. Oh, perhaps a faint digital signature, a whisper in the data streams, or simply his intimate knowledge of Vance's contingency plans. Rao isn't just a detective, he's a hunter, and Mara is his prey. Mara, propelled by a sudden, inexplicable surge of adrenaline, Vance's adrenaline no doubt flees. She weaves through the labyrinthine back alleys of Neo-LA, the city's underbelly, her only refuge. And then, a miracle. Vance's memories, his vast, intricate knowledge of the city's secret passages, its hidden escape routes, the very pathways he used to dodge regulators and rivals, flood her mind. It's like having an internal GPS, a tactical genius guiding her every step. For the first time in her life, Mara isn't just running. She's outrunning the world. She's faster, smarter, more elusive than she's ever been, thanks to the ghost in her machine. Rao, a master manipulator, knows Mara's weaknesses. He doesn't pursue her directly. Instead, he grabs Lexi, Mara's best friend, her anchor in this chaotic world. Lexi, cuffed and terrified, becomes the perfect bait. A cold, calculating instinct surges through Mara Vance's voice, sharp and unyielding, echoing in her mind. Never negotiate, eliminate. It's the billionaire's ruthless pragmatism, a strategy that views human lives as mere chess pieces. But Mara fights back. She overrides it, that chilling command. She will save Lexi, but she'll do it her way, not Vance's. This internal tug-of-war, the clash of two diametrically opposed wills, is excruciating. It's a battle for her very soul, a struggle that physically manifests, collapsing Mara to her knees in a hidden alcove. Two wills, one heartbeat, one body tearing itself apart. The pain is immense, but the resolve, Mara's resolve, is stronger. To free Lexi, Mara needs leverage and fast. The only score big enough, the only asset powerful enough to sway Rao, is Vance's crypto fortune. The problem? The vault isn't just digitally locked. It's biometrically sealed, attuned specifically to Vance's original brainwave signature. A unique neural fingerprint, a complex pattern of electrical activity that only his living brain could produce. Mara, as a host to his memories, might possess the knowledge of the passphrase, but not the physical key to authenticate to gain access. Mara faces an impossible choice. She must let Vance's persona fully surface, allowing his consciousness to take almost complete control. It's a terrifying gamble, risking permanent override, a complete loss of her own identity. The thought alone makes her stomach churn. She hesitates, her mind racing, weighing the unimaginable cost. Then Rao's voice, cold and impatient, echoes on her comms, counting down the seconds until Lexi pays the ultimate price. The clock is ticking, and Mara knows she has to make a choice right now. With a profound, shaky breath, Mara closes her eyes. She drops every mental firewall, every last defense opening the floodgates. Vance surges in a torrent of ambition, intellect, and sheer will, threatening to drown her. It's an overwhelming, almost suffocating sensation. But even as his consciousness attempts to consume hers, Mara anchors herself. She clings to a single, potent core memory, the simple, tender act of spoon-feeding her sick mom. In that very diner, the warmth of her hand, the love in her eyes. It's a memory steeped in pure, unselfish affection, a stark contrast to Vance's world of power and profit. This is her truth. Identity, she realizes in that moment of ultimate vulnerability, isn't just a collection of memories or skills. It's the love you choose to embody, the connections you forge, the values you uphold, anchored by that unshakable truth. Mara walks into the vault. The biometric scanners hum, analyzing her neural patterns. Vance's consciousness, guided by Mara's core identity, authenticates the codes. The vault doors glide open, crypto transferred. Rao waits on the rooftop, the wind whipping at his trench coat. Lexi cuffed precariously at the ledge, a chilling tableau against the Neo-LA skyline. Mara arrives not just determined, but wired. She hasn't just accessed Vance's fortune. She sent the entire crypto haul, every single one of those 600 million credits, to an open-source anonymous medical fund blockchain. It's a move Vance himself would admire for its audacity, but Mara's personal stamp, her unwavering empathy, ensures it serves a greater good. Every news drone in the city, drawn by the sudden massive transfer of funds and the whispers of a standoff, is already streaming live. Rao, the ruthless operative, finds himself utterly cornered. He can't touch Mara, can't torture her for answers without exposing the billion-dollar slush fund he'd skimmed from Vance's empire, a secret that would instantly unravel his entire life. His face, usually a mask of control, contorts with fury and desperation. With a snarl of defeat, he releases Lexi. Just as she stumbles to safety, the thud of boots echoes across the rooftop. SWAT teams, alerted by the public blockchain transaction and the live drone feed, storm in. Rao is done. His reign of terror is over. Weeks later, the dust settles. Doctors, fascinated by Mara's unique neurological state, offer her a clean slate. They can wipe Vance's engram, erase every trace of his presence, and restore her mind to its original unburdened state. But Mara declines. She's not the same person she was, and she doesn't want to be. She carefully, deliberately keeps about 10% of the billionaire's skill stack, enough fluency in tech, finance, and languages to navigate this complex new world and build a legitimate, thriving future. The rest? The raw ambition, the ruthless pragmatism, the cold calculations. She archives it. She builds a mental gate, strong and unyielding, labeling it simply, "Lessons, Not Life." With her newfound knowledge and a staggering ethically acquired fortune, Mara opens a cafe, a vibrant hub that also funds free neural care for service workers across Neo-LA. Her mom finally gets the cutting-edge treatment she needs, her health steadily improving. Lexi, ever loyal, becomes the cafe manager, earning living wages and finally finding stability. Mara, the waitress who gambled her identity, didn't just survive, she transformed. She became a beacon of hope in a city that desperately needed one, proving that sometimes the greatest power isn't in what you take, but in what you choose to give. So that brings us to a mind-bending question. If you could download another person's memories, their entire life story, their skills, their very essence, would you gamble your own identity for that kind of power? Would you risk losing yourself for the chance to gain everything? Drop your answer in the comments below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you're hungry for more twisty, thought-provoking sci-fi stories like this, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell, because in this channel, the future is always just one upload away.